friends, your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host in chaos,
Jhoany. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
Friends, today we are recapping Drag Race UK Season 7, Episode 3, and it is the Girl Groups Challenge. So excited. I love a good girl group when it's done correctly.
That. And what was the one girl group we just reviewed was that Brazil?
Yes.
That they were so good.
Yes, they were so good. But before we get into that, we have a few announcements. Make sure to subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/NoMa'amThePodcast. It's only $5 and you get to join the exclusive friend group. You get never before seen content from the two of us. You get content from our other podcasts previously on, and you get episodes from my solo podcast, We Got Time Today. And also, we have an ask from you. Make sure to nominate us for Best Podcast at the 25th Annual Glam Awards. We'll make sure the banner is up. We'll make sure you have all the details when the time comes, but just know, get ready. That time is coming up pretty soon.
Yes. Oh my God, I can't wait.
I know. But what did you think of the episode as a whole?
I think some of the judging choices were choices. I would have critiqued this episode completely different. I think it was a cute, fun episode, though. I think you got to see a lot of the queens really come out a little bit more of the shell. You got to kind of to know them a little bit better. You got some more backstory from a couple queens and get to understand their relationships a little bit better. So overall, I actually really enjoyed this episode. But the bottom two was bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bottom two was a choice. I think overall, I love the beat of She Ate That.
Yes and no. I had problems with one particular verse. And it wasn't that I thought the verse was bad at all. Ooh, I think it was, who's the one who sings? Is it Alexa?
No, that was Viola.
Viola, yes. I liked her verse. But I did not like the production behind the verse. Like, I thought it contrasted her voice too much. And it wasn't necessarily something that might have been her choice. Maybe she didn't know she was going to get that part in particular. I don't know. But I just thought that the production with her verse was off. I didn't like it.
I thought it was a choice for Viola to sing when everybody else was rapping because it took Fallen Angels out. For me, it was off-putting because it was just the most random of things to do when everybody else is like talk rapping.
Yeah. Everyone else is giving Brett, and she wanted to give Taylor Swift.
No shade to Viola's voice because she can sing. Yeah. But the juxtaposition between Viola singing and everybody else's like high energy rap talk vocals just took me out.
Yeah, hers was not very Brett.
No. Which, in contrast to Hotline X, I didn't like Hotline X as much as I liked Fallen Angels.
Me neither. I think overall, Fallen Angels was better. I think the performances were better. I think they looked more cohesive as a group. I thought Hotline X did not look like a girl group. They did not look like one group. I know they were like, oh, it's a toned down Union Jack. No, it wasn't. They all did their own thing that just happened to perform together. It was not a girl group. They had some good performers in there. Yeah. But I think overall, Fallen Angels did way better.
Yes. I would say, to me, honestly, there were two queens in particular that I think rode the beat extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
And they were both from separate teams. The first one was Terrace. Bitch ate that verse down.
Yes. That's yes. But I thought she looked a little awkward on stage when she was performing her verse. I don't know. Maybe it was just I was looking too much into it. But it looked like she didn't fully know her words.
Terrace?
Was it Terrace? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, for me, she looked a little lost at times. I don't know. Especially with the choreo, there was a couple of times when she was like a little offbeat. Or she wasn't in sync with the rest of the girls. Was it like the most noticeable thing? No.
I'm like, Terrace the one that was like right like a stallion.
No, her verse was good. Her verse was good. I liked her verse. Her performance, I did not like as much.
Okay. I don't know. I'm opposite. I thought she like wrote that like amazing. And then Select's Addiction. I thought Celexa like was the best.
But she stood out too much, not in a good way. Like that outfit was like kind of like sticking out like a sore thumb.
She said she was in blue latex.
I know. Like that was the lyric. But I just feel like again, it was just it didn't look cohesive.
Mm,
That's what
okay.
bothered me. And the same thing
So
for
so
Sally.
who was your standouts then?
For me, you're gonna hate this. I really like Chai T's verse. I thought she did good. Her solo performance was cute. She could have gone further. Her as like in the background, no. She needed to do more. She was blending in. I think Bones did pretty good. And page 3, but I think that was kind of expected.
No, Patriot was fine. Not all of the lyrics to me were wrote rhythmically, but her to like performance was amazing.
Yeah. So,
It's just that
like
sometimes the rap didn't go with the rhythm of the song, and that's just me personally. And it could just be the way like sometimes I'm just used to like vocals that rhyme, and you put that stuff, and it kind of rides the beat. It a part of it just didn't ride the beat to me as
no, I know
much.
what you mean. Lyrically, it wasn't the best, but I think overall as a performance, like the package, it was good.
Correct. And then I thought Bones on the other side, I thought performed really funny.
Mhm.
I think it was a moment to me, it was between her and Sally when they did like the little thing and she did it and she was all like dancer. And
And
then it
then
went over to
Sally, yes, and
and then
Sally
went
just
over
does
to
the
Sally.
donkey kick.
I thought that was really fun.
That was cute. That was funny. I will say, while overall, I think Fallen Angels was choreographed better, I would say, or came together better. There were
Mm-hmm.
aspects of Bones' choreography that I liked better. For example, her giving the moment to the four queens to like kind of do their own little solo, but it was funny. Like it worked for each individual queen to give them a little moment to shine, and it gave us some
Mm-hmm.
comedic moments. I really enjoyed that.
I don't know. I just think it was opposite to me. I feel like Hotline X, even though Bones' choreography was simple, I felt like it was too simple. And a lot of the times, because she was giving the queens time to shine, that they weren't doing anything.
That is fair. Like yes, again, overall, I think Fallen Angels came better together because they were always doing something. Especially was it Fallen? Yeah, Fallen Angels at the end with those poses that
Yes.
matched the ending, the outro. I thought that was cut. That was
Right.
cut.
Yes.
Page 3 should have been like 1 foot to the right, and it would have been
Should
perfect.
have. Those small details.
I know,
Yes.
but it was cut. That was a cut ending.
Yeah. And you know who also surprised me? Bonnie and Clyde. Because she was like BAC. And I was like, oh, I was not expecting Bonnie to come out like
Me
that.
neither. I thought Elvask was cute though. I thought Elvask did well enough.
Yes. You want to come for me, then check your lace?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my god, I love that. I love that line.
Yes. Look at you coming. I told you, Elvas is going to, she going to sneak up on you and you're going like, Elvas.
And you're gonna end up liking chai tea.
I don't know about that. I feel like the ending of Chai Tea, like when I know what she wanted to say, I just felt like it was just rushed.
It was. I think it could have been better, but I like that you can see glimpses that she is a really good performer. She just needs to let it go. Just like
Mm-hmm.
just do it. Just go balls to the wall because I still think she's holding back.
Same. And Paige was the one that said that. Paige
Yeah,
was like, I have seen Chai, and that's not Chai's like best
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Chai
So
does her
let's
best
get
work at the door.
apparently, according to Bones, you heard it from Bones first before we said it. So let's get into these looks. So I forgot what the category is, so I just
It
made up my
was
own category.
cuddly wuddly.
Oh, I said cozy queens. I like cozy queens better than cuddly wuggly, but you get it. You get what I mean. So first up is Katrin Feelings. What did you think?
This for me is a very soft ma'am, like almost meh. I think it's cute. I like the reference to cats. It is kind of a simple bodysuit at the end of the day. Yes, it's rhinestone head to toe, but it's kind of simple. My biggest issue with this is that ball should have been like 10 times bigger, like 10 times fluffier. Like it is way too small. I wanted it to be more dramatic.
I get it. I give this a meh at most. I did not like this one. It was giving me Lawrence Chaney cosplaying as Dawn. And so that's the first thing I kept thinking. And I was just like, this is Lawrence Chaney cosplaying as Dawn. So I couldn't see anything else but Lawrence Chaney cosplaying as Dawn. It's
I
so
can see that. I can see that.
I don't think that's what she meant it to be, but that's literally all I got.
I can, now that you say that, I can't unsee that.
Right? Lawrence Chaney cosplaying as Dawn. Like, that's what Catching Feelings was giving me. But if I had to critique the look, it just wasn't up to par with me with the other ones. It was too costumey, and I get it. Like, that was like cuddly wuggly. I understand. Like, Katrin gave me two really great looks in the first two episodes, and so this one just felt a little short for me.
I see. Okay, that's fair. I don't think this is as costumey as some of the other ones we saw, though. Not
No,
nearly.
there was other ones that took it to the realm of costume completely. So, what did you think of Bonnie and Clyde?
This is a yes man for me. I think she looks gorgeous. I love this look. I think it's an interesting choice of fabric. I think she looks great. I like the silhouette. I like the cutouts. I think this is the best she's done.
Yeah, I also give this a yes man for Bonnie. I thought Bonnie looked really great. This gives me 10 years in the business.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Like,
It gives us
this
like
gives me seasoned.
Acacia, if you actually remembered who she was.
Or if Acacia has been doing drag for a long time. But it's that blush. That blush is very harsh, like Acacia.
It is. It is. I do wish, like, she's not on this, like, in the club right now. She is being recorded by very high def cameras with a lot of lighting. I
Mm-hmm.
think she needs to blend it out a little bit better.
Yes.
Tone it down just a little bit. You know, there's a
Yes.
way to still have a lot of blush, but just make it look a little more natural. Because this is,
Yes.
it literally just looks like she just grabbed like a powder puff, put it in the blush, and just
Yes. Which is not a bad thing.
no.
But it was, and
There's moments to do that. Again, if it's a nightclub, yes, absolutely, you need that.
right.
This maybe just tone it down a little bit, or just blend it out a little bit.
Yeah. And I think that was a similar critique that Acacia Forgot got on
Mhm.
season 17 as well. It wasn't that your makeup was bad. It was like,
No.
you just have to turn down a little bit because it comes off really harsh.
Adjust to the lighting.
That's it. Okay. So moving on, we have page 3. What did you think?
I hate having to give page 3 a no ma'am because I love page 3. And I almost gave it like a soft because I think the dress itself is pretty. I like that it looks like bed sheets, but it's like sexy bed sheets.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we've seen this idea time and time again. Like, this is not original. We first saw it with Courtney Act in season 6, and it's been done several times since then. And the execution wasn't quite there. What I do like is that there wasn't like a mattress behind her, and like that the bed sheets turned into a dress. I actually really enjoyed that. But then what really threw me off was the pillow with that angle.
Mm.
It just threw me off. It was like halfway through, like if she had turned that maybe into, what do you call those things in the back? Like a coattail, maybe? Like if it went completely down, I think that would have been
Mm-hmm.
cute. Or if it had just stayed up, it would have been better. But the fact that it was at this like weird angle that was kind of in between just really threw me off. Actually, I don't think it's a no ma'am. I think it's more like a meh. Because there was
Okay.
things of it that I liked.
Yeah, I mean, I give this a yes, ma'am. I thought she looked great. Have I seen this before? Yes. Was that one of the critiques that Michelle gave her? Like, I get it. I do think if the pillow was probably like a bow, like you see it on both sides, right? I think it would probably be really good. Or maybe like something part of the head, with who did something like that? Sam Starr with the
Mm-hmm.
blue look. With
Mm-hmm.
that blue dress. That blue dress was everything. It was quilted. It was like a comforter. That was really great. If they could have done something with the headpiece and the hair is on the pillow or something, right? But I love that the sheets didn't overpower her. She still had body and she was wearing titties.
Yes. Yes.
So she had the right mind to say, I'm going to put titties on. Good for her.
Bigger, but yes.
Yeah, because if she would have had this dress with no titties, come on now. It would have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then that moves us to Bones. What do you think of Bones?
This was, yes, ma'am. Not quite Innova. It was really good. It was a really good outfit. I thought it was It was creepy. It was high fashion. Kind of looked like a mutated naked Mora, and I mean that in a good way. What I really enjoyed about this look was the makeup. I think that makeup is what elevated it. And every time they would zoom into her face while she was in Untucked, I got to see a little bit more of the details. Like that bitch really went in with the makeup, but she looked great.
I give this a no, ma'am, because I didn't like it. Like, this was, for me, it was not one of the looks that I was like, oh, this is really great. Like, I just didn't connect with it. It just, to me, I don't know what it was. It was just there. It just looked like a blob.
I liked it. I think it. Yes, it was blobbish, but I think it still had enough shape to it to make it kind of couture. And I think it was an interesting concept.
It would have been yes, but I probably would have gotten into it more if this look and another look was judged fairly.
Uh,
Because the praise they gave her for this look, and to me, in my opinion, there was another look that was similar to this one in terms of like the weirdness, it's giving a little scary, a little horror, could have been better. I thought it was better.
I know which look you're talking about, and I don't agree.
But she couldn't explain it because of copyright.
They said it.
No, she couldn't
Yes.
explain what it
No,
was.
she didn't explain it, but somebody said it in, I think it was in Untucked. Somebody
Was it?
mentioned it. Yeah. I don't remember who. Somebody mentioned it in Untucked. There was, I mean, is that the next one we're doing? No.
No.
But I mean, well, yeah, somebody said it. Somebody said it was Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay. I don't think she was able to say it because of copyright, but we'll talk about that. We have El Voss. What did you think?
I love this. This is so cute. This is very bitchy, and I mean that in like a good way. This is a yes man for me. It would have been an Nova if that bone would have been bigger. I just wanted a bigger bone bag. I think that would have been really cute.
Okay. I gave this an over. I thought she looked really cute. This was my favorite outfit of the night. I thought it was really original. Like
It was.
original to the point where like the other looks, I wouldn't have went poodle.
For Cuddly Wuddly, I think that's pretty obvious. But it's still a
Not
good
poodle.
look.
Not poodle though. I would have maybe like a teddy bear or like, like a knitted like little something. But poodle, I wouldn't have went to poodle. Like poodle doesn't come to my head of Cuddly Wuddly.
For me, it does. Cuddly
No,
Wuddly.
poodles are very bitchy.
Okay, but we're not talking about personality. We're just talking about like physical
Yeah,
appearance.
but I don't see them as cuddly. I see them as like, don't touch me.
Fair enough.
So, but see, obviously, because we've seen it, Diabetes did a bitchy poodle, amazing. And obviously, we see Elvos did the bitchy poodle, amazing. So that's what you can tell. Like, poodles are bitches.
And they're four bitches.
Yeah, right. But that brings us to Chai Tea Grande. What did you think?
I love this. This is my favorite look of the night. This was an over for me. Love the color of this, which is weird because I usually don't like orange, but I love this burnt orange she had. I think it was very high fashion. I think it was something different. I love the shape of this. It's huge, but I don't think it swallowed her. I thought she wore this really well. I think the only critique I had, which is I know something you're going to say, she couldn't really walk in this, but I don't give a fuck because she looked good.
Yes, this is my second over. I really like this look from Chai Tea Grande. When she came out, I was like, this is an interesting concept, and she looks amazing.
This
And
is,
orange, I love orange, so orange doesn't bother me.
but this was the only look of the night that when she came out, I was like, oh, I was gagged. I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other ones are like, oh, they're cute. Yes, it works. But this was like, it left me gagged.
It was a good runway for her, but she couldn't walk in the look though.
I wish we would see, like, I wish this chai tea would translate to the challenges.
I can see that. That makes sense. Yeah, I agree. And then we have Viola. What did you
Five
think?
Nights at Freddy's. But no, ma'am. I'm sorry. This was not drag for me. And I know she was saying like, oh, it's rhinestones and it has glitter and sequins and whatever. That's not draggy enough, girl. Like this is literally a costume that you just put a couple rhinestones on, and it wasn't even that cute.
I disagree. I gave it a yes, ma'am. I I think it's drag. I think she dragged this up. Is it
Not
an
enough.
element of isn't it an element of costumes to all the like to Bones' look too? I think so as well. I think that's a
Yes,
costume.
yes, but I think that was more glamorous than this was, and it was more original than this was. She took an IP and just added some rhinestones to it.
Yeah. I just thought it was really interesting that she could not say who she was because of, I felt like for copyright
I
purposes, she
mean,
just could
yeah.
not say it.
Who
So
was-
the explanation of the look didn't match the concept.
at all?
So regardless, she was going to be in the bottom because it did not make any sense.
I'm very surprised they allowed her to wear this because we know the producers have stepped in sometimes and have told the girls you cannot wear that on the stage. So when this came out, I was like, ooh, okay. I'm surprised they let that go through.
Yeah. But they didn't allow her to say it though.
They didn't, but a queen did say it in Untucked when they were back, not Untucked, but when they were in the back, like while the judges were deliberating. I think it was one of those safe queens that mentioned that it was Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it might
Okay.
have been Celexa.
I'm like, because everybody was like, why she couldn't say Five Nights at Freddy, right? Like the
Copyright.
discourse on Twitter was like, why she couldn't say it, and in my head, I'm like, she couldn't say it because of copyright. It's
Yeah.
not that network was not going to allow that.
Yeah. I
It's
was
the same
even
thing with
again. I was even surprised when they showed the queen saying, "Oh, it was giving Five Nights at Freddy's."
Yeah, it's like JanSport and Brita Filter,
They're just Jan and Brita for a reason.
right?
Even though in New York we know it's Jan Sport and Brita Filter.
Right, and Crystal Method or Crystal Meth,
Crystal
something.
Beth.
One of those.
Beth.
Yes. Yeah.
They had to cut out the Beth.
Cute. Well, I mean, you should. In more ways than one, guys. But anyways, we have Nayam Bella. What did you think?
This I did not like that first look. The that gown that she has on at that moment, I was not a huge fan of. I think it was a choice. I don't know. I just didn't like the design of it, honestly. But what she revealed into, I think, was really cute, really sexy. But compared to some of the outfits that were worn, it was not enough. Like it was a bikini essentially. She looked beautiful. She looked great. But I think this outfit was not at the level or execution of some of the other queens. So meh.
Okay. I give this a soft ma'am. And the reason why is because I see the concept is there. I see where she was going. I just need Nyan Bella to drag it up just a little more. Like turn up the volume. Because the personality and her delusion, she was like, I think the name should be Nyan Bella and the girls. Like
it should have been Nang Bella and the girls. And also her verse with
genius.
I thought that was so
Genius.
like personality wise, I love her. I think she's great. She's great TV. Her delusion gives me life. I love it.
So much.
But I think her runway package does not match up to some of the other queens, which is fair,
Yes.
which is fine. Like it's she hasn't been doing drag for that long. I think she probably doesn't have
2
the
years.
same resources as some of the other queens, like Paige 3 and Bones, who've been doing it for a long time and have a huge like following behind them. So it's understandable. I think she can come back for an All Stars, and she would absolutely devour the girls. But
Yes.
she needs the money.
Yeah, she just has a personality that's like so endearing and you want to root for her because she's so delusional and we love a delusional queen.
Love
Like
it.
we live for a delusional queen. And they live in their own world and their own bubble and it's great. It's just that we want that personality to match everything else. And she has the like the bones, so to speak. Right, there's there. She has a foundation, just needs to turn it and amp it up.
I think she needs a mentor to kind of, help her find out who she wants to present as a drag persona and kind of carve that out. Because I think once she figures out exactly who she is and delivers that and executes that very well, she's going to be unstoppable.
Yes, I agree. All right. Then we have Sally Trademark or Sally TM. What did you think?
No, ma'am. This is a costume. Like, this isn't even dragged up. Like, it literally looks like something you could get at Spirit Halloween.
Yeah. This is a no man for me too. And I'm upset with Sally because Sally gave us such an amazing look in episode 2 that she designed herself and she sewed. And then this is the look that she brought with her. I was just like, why would you do that to yourself?
I think she said she sold this too.
God.
she said it was like knitwear or something. I don't remember, or that it was like crocheted by hand. Which, yes, great, amazing. Boring. It's basic. There's nothing draggy about this.
Yeah, like why would you do this for this runway
No, it wasn't giving Curly Wurly at all.
at all?
It was no, and the makeup was too simple for this
It was
look.
a
Like it was a clown essentially. No, it was just not it.
it was not good. And then we have Tyrese Mongardi. What did you think?
I think she sold this really well. She strutted that stage. I think it's a cute look, but this isn't what you wear on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, this is giving me like a gig outfit, like something you wear back home when you're performing on in a small bar, not something you wear on the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
So, meh.
I gave it a no, ma'am. I didn't like it for those reasons that you literally just said. Like, I didn't like it. I just like, oh, this is simple, and she decided this is what I'm wearing. It's a bikini, like a bodysuit. Like, I'm not a fan. And then, last but not least, we have Select's Addiction. What did you think?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it was kind of costumey, but I think she switched it up when once she flipped over and you saw what she had behind it. Actually, not a yes, ma'am. It's a very soft ma'am. It would have been a yes, ma'am. The thing that bothered me was the way the bra fit. And I get it. It's
Mm,
probably because of the way it was connected to the rest of the outfit that didn't allow it to sit completely flush against her breast. But the fact that it
hmm
was like inches off her chest really bothered me.
Yeah. I give this a meh. I wasn't a fan.
Okay.
I like a slutty text like teddy bear, like a BDSM teddy bear. I was like, okay. And it just wasn't to me, I don't think it was polished enough. And so if you're gonna go that route, the details. The devil is in
Details
the
matter.
details. So if you are going to go this route, I want it to be like over the top, right? Like I want everything to just feel like luxurious, like cuddly wuddly, and this was not it for me.
That's fair.
You know what this runway was giving me? This runway was giving me like the little cousin to All Star 7 when they had the knitwear runway. And those girls brought it.
Yeah. And I think also watching this simultaneously with Drag Race Slajon Royale, like those girls' outfits were like so over the top and so dramatic and so extra. And then seeing some of these, like girls literally come out as like a Party City teddy bear. We're like, girl, where's the drag? I think we've been spoiled by some of the other franchises. That at least with this particular runway, we're like, where's the drag?
Yeah. And I think it's also, I love that you said that because I think it's a testament to the different cultures
Mm-hmm.
and like the drag and like the different, like international drag in the different countries. I think it's great. Obviously, we had all winners, so they already had money and they've already won the competition. They've been established, so those looks were going to be great. Shout out to, RIP, the Vivian. Her look was amazing, right? That all white like blanket that she had. It was literally just like a comforter, but it was so good and so well made and it fit her body like a glove. And then you had Trinity with that teddy bear. It was like knitted, and
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh my god, you had the big comfy couch with Jada. That then you had Shea Coulee with the African inspired knitwear. Those girls ate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Philippines with their redo looks, and they took looks that didn't like they didn't like on their original season, and they redid them to make them extravagant and amazing.
And some of
But
them weren't even originally bad.
right? And so you have that in the Philippines, and that's Filipino drag. And then obviously you have this, and this is English drag. And so I think it's really interesting, especially if we're recapping them simultaneously. So like we get to watch them like go from here to here. I just think it's an interesting take to see drag in different ways.
Yes, it is. There was moments where I was watching this where some things were going on. I'm like, right, this is not Philippines, this is not Hispanics. We're also doing that. This is a different franchise, so you have to kind of judge it from a different lens
Mm-hmm.
because the two types of drag they do are completely different.
You're right.
Philippines is very much about the performance, about being over the top and regal and all that. The UK is more about like the comedy. Yes, they have some fashion queens, but it tends to be a lot more like streetwear. rather
Mm-hmm.
than like gowns and huge headpieces and sculpted wigs and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing wrong. Like, it's great. Like, both types of drag are amazing in their own right, and they both
Mm-hmm.
deserve to be celebrated.
Yeah. And so I think this it's really interesting because sometimes the categories, obviously it's the same production company, so sometimes the categories are similar. They're
Hmm.
not might quite be the same runway, but there's elements of it that's really
Yeah.
similar. So you have all these references in your head, and you're like, no, but I've seen this before. I've
Hmm.
seen that, and so it's kind of hard. Which is why I give Rue and Michelle credit because just like if you go back to page 3, for example, we've seen that look.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like how can you judge it? Are you judging it based on what you've seen before, or are you judging it based on what page 3 is bringing to you in that moment?
Hmm. And it's very difficult because like my first thought when I saw her walk down the door, and I was like, again. But then there was aspects of it that I think she did differently, and I was like, okay, props to her for
Mm-hmm.
trying it slightly differently than other queens did. But at the end of the day, it still was not.
Right. But we see that the winner of episode 3 was Bones. And the bottom 2 was Viola versus Nyan Bella. And unfortunately, Viola is eliminated, which technically I did not see Viola being the second one out on this season. That was not on my bucket list.
No, I don't think Naomi Bella should have been in the bottom.
I don't think so either.
I think it should have been Sally.
Yeah, I wasn't a
I'm
fan
sorry.
of Sally.
Her performance was not good. She looked very
Mm-mm.
awkward on that stage. She looked lost. And then her runway did absolutely nothing to save her. I was
Mm-hmm.
shocked. I was genuinely shocked when she was declared safe. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Sally?
Mm-hmm. I thought they was gonna put Chai in the bottom. Not to say that Chai deserved to be in the bottom, but I thought based on the critiques that they was gonna put
Yes.
Chai in the bottom.
I agree. When I was fully ready for Viola versus Chai, and I was like, Nang Bella, her critiques were not that bad.
No.
And then they said Nang Bella's in the bottom. I was like, what? Did we
Yeah.
watch the same
I was so
episode?
confused. I was like, she got pretty great critiques and then they put her in the bottom.
And that's not to say I don't like Sally, by the way, with what I said. It was just this was not a good episode for her.
No. But I think Sally, what saved Sally was that she played in a comedy with the fact that her and Bones did like that little dance battle.
That one moment, I think. But I don't think that was enough to save her, though, because the performance was not good at all.
No, it was not.
She did great last episode, but this episode, no man.
Yeah. And then the makeup, she was a cat.
Yeah, and again, it just stood out way too much. Like, why are you a cat when all the other girls are like serving glamour? Yes, I get it. You're still trying to stick true to like your drag aesthetic and who you are, and yes, that's great. But you gotta make it work with the other queens. You are in the girl group. It has to look cohesive.
Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. We say that all the time. If it don't make sense, it don't make no sense. It's a no ma'am. Don't do it.
Don't piss a my leg and tell me it's raining.
Hello, do not do that. But friends, that was our recap of Drag Race UK season 7, episode 3. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Ma'am. Until next time, friends.